If the Illinois state budget stands as is, there will likely be massive cuts in government services.
State agencies that provide services for the developmentally disabled, mental health, and crisis prevention are among those that could be hit the hardest. That means layoffs and services lost for those who need it.
Ron Howell with Recovery Resources in Quincy says his agency, which provides a number of services, including substance abuse treatment, is still trying to recover from last year's 35% budget cut.
We lost about 25 to 30% of our clinical staff. We have slowly begun to replace those folks and get back up to speed, but we're not there yet.
Now Recovery Resources, like other state-funded agencies, could lose even more funding beginning July 1st. Howell says under the state budget passed by lawmakers, he'll have to figure out a way to stretch 6 months' worth of funding over an entire year.
It puts staff in a position of uncertainty. It means clients that we serve would wonder about whether services would be there beyond the 6-month period. And generally it does a disservice to the human services field as a whole.
During an interview on WGEM radio, State Senator John Sullivan admitted the cuts in services come at a bad time.
This reduction in services is going to increase the unemployment across the state of Illinois. So when you see people being laid off, that only contributes to the recession. So those folks aren't working, they're not receiving, an income, so they're not paying taxes and so on. So it's kind of really, it exasperates the problem.
Sullivan hopes lawmakers will still be able to come up with more money by the end of the year, or agencies like Recovery Resources will have some tough decisions to make.
Well, Governor Pat Quinn is trying to shame lawmakers into voting for an income tax increase to avoid those massive budget cuts. Quinn blasted lawmakers today for throwing the state's poor overboard when they passed a budget without enough money for the next fiscal year. He's meeting with top legislative leaders on Thursday to try to broker a deal.